Hello, this is JMichaud. Welcome to my digital story about my thoughts on nursing. First of all, I want to talk about what makes a good nurse. A good nurse embodies key behaviors and values which serve to provide safe, effective, and individualized care to patients and families. The National League for Nursing has outlined the essential values that embody the spirit of the nursing profession. These values include caring, integrity, diversity, and excellence. I believe I am a good nurse because I hold these values to the highest degree. In my career, I hope to promote health and healing for my patients while protecting their dignity and autonomy. I embrace the differences in all people, including their vast array of ideas and beliefs. I also hope to further the nursing profession by seeking out new and innovative ways of providing the highest of quality care. Something that I value in the nursing field is the complexity of the work, the healthcare environment, and the individual patients. Nursing requires continual critical thinking to plan and implement individualized care to each patient. Nursing care also requires the consideration of multiple factors when providing holistic care for diverse patient populations. Not only do nurses provide treatments for physiological needs, mental, emotional, spiritual, and social needs are also considered, and the nursing care is adjusted based on the whole patient picture. Aside from basic nursing care, nurses may concentrate in a variety of specialties and obtain certifications in order to provide care for complex medical and surgical patients. Another complexity of nursing is the patterns of knowing required in practice. Nursing requires a balance between empirical, ethical, aesthetic, and personal knowledge. Nurses must pull from each facet of knowledge in order to provide holistic and comprehensive care. Not only must we be keenly aware of the biological processes and medical treatment of disease and injury, we must also be adept at navigating the ethical ramifications of the medical field while knowing how personal beliefs and values impact patient care. All this requires that the nurse deliver care that is creatively catered to individual patients and families. I value service to others. Nursing upholds the values I find most important in being a servant, which is why I've dedicated so much time pursuing this profession. I also believe that to provide holistic care to patients and families requires that I also take care of myself. In order to value others, I must also value myself. This means that I must take care of my mind, body, and spirit so that I am well equipped to provide care to patients, as well as cope with difficult situations in my work and my life. Advocating for patients is one of the most important aspects of nursing. So patients feel heard and important, the nurse must ensure that patients feel supported in maintaining their dignity and autonomy. This means that nurses must be able to separate themselves from personal stressors outside the nurse-patient relationship. In this way, personal baggage does not interfere with the therapeutic relationship. To do this requires that the nurse maintain a healthy body and mind in their personal life and continue to strengthen their intra and interpersonal awareness. So how did I get to this point? Before starting on my journey to become a nurse, I was first set on the path to the medical field after my brother suffered an illness that left him physically and mentally disabled. I was only 8 years old at the time, but I found myself providing care to him in a way that is not typical for young brothers. I became a caregiver at that time in my life, and it is something that I continue to be drawn towards. I decided to become an emergency medical technician after high school, partly because of the frequent interactions I had with emergency technicians during the acute phases of my brother's illness. It was when I was working as an EMT that I knew I was in the right place. However, I wanted room to grow. The next experience that crystallized my desire to become a nurse was during my time working in the emergency department at Boston Medical Center. The nurses there were nothing short of inspirational. I decided that I wanted to be a nurse in an acute care setting. Attaining my BSN was an obvious next step. I have hit every stop along the way to becoming an RN. I started out as an EMT basic. I then received on-site training to work as a medical technician in the ER. Next, I became an LPN, and now I'm one semester away from attaining my BSN. I'm certain that nursing is right for me, and I likely will specialize further, and perhaps I'll attain my DNP in the future. My transition to the RN BSN practice has been an ongoing process. Since being licensed as an LPN, I knew that I would continue on. Through RN mentors and attention to role differences, I believe that as I move into the RN BSN role, I will have the foundation to succeed.